When I started trading, one of the first things that I learned was option risk equivalence. And in those days, it was kind of important to understand because on the floor, we had to get in and out of positions quickly and flatten things out quickly. And knowing how to turn one option into a future, for example, or stock, using its option synthetic, as we used to call them, was a very handy tool. I'm going to talk about what those are today, how they work, and why you might actually want to use them today. So let's take a look at what they are right now. If I go into this section, the option risk equivalents are long call equals long stock, long put equals short stock plus long call. You can go down the list. You can see this. But let's take a look at a very specific example. The long call. Long call is long stock and long put. What does that remind you of? Some folks will buy stock and buy a protective put. Okay? Makes sense. They want to hedge. It's insurance. Okay, that's fine. It is a protective put. What they may not know is that they have a synthetic long call or the risk equivalent of a long call. Let's go to the platform and take a look and see how this works. Let's just use IBM as an example. Let's buy a 250 call, okay, and see what that looks like. Buy a 250 call, and I'm going to go to the curve and in the analysis section, see if I can maneuver this around a little bit. And this is a very typical long call profile. Okay, stock price is here. Stock price goes down, I lose money. Long call, I want the stock to go up. As the stock goes up, the P&L turns positive. Okay, makes sense. And there's that inflection point at the strike price of the call, the 250 call. Okay, let's clear this out, and I'm going to show you what the risk equivalent long put, long stock is. Let's go back to the table. I'm going to, let's say, buy 100 shares, and I'm going to buy the 250 put. Let's go to the analysis page. Oops, let's go to the curve, and here it is. Wait a second, that's the same graph. Oh, so you lose money as the stock goes down, you make money as the stock goes up. Long a 250 call in the same expiration, the May expiration, okay, is equivalent to buying stock and buying the 250 put in that expiration. So what's the difference? Well, your long stock here in the synthetic long call, you collect any dividends. You don't get the dividends with the long call. The capital requirement is much higher with the long stock, long put. Okay, but when you're thinking about a trade, when you're thinking about if you did this, let's say protective put, it's a long call. Okay, and that's how traders think about this stuff. So traders don't say long stock, long put. Well, I have a protective put. No, they'll say I'm long a call or I'm long a synthetic call. Are they actually long a call? No. But in terms of risk, long stock, long put has the same risk as a long call at that same strike. Let's go take a look at another one of these. Let's go back to this one. Short put. Long stock plus short call. What does that sound like? That's everybody's favorite, the covered call. So people buy stock and they sell call to either generate income, which is kind of the standard response, or the way I like to interpret covered calls is reducing the cost basis of the long stock. Okay, the position makes some money when the stock price goes up. You have long stock, but it's capped at that short call strike, and the position loses money when the stock price goes down. It loses less money because of the short call, but it still loses money, and that has the same risk equivalency as a short put. Let's go back into the platform. If I go into table, let's say, oh, I don't know, the 220 puts, let's sell these. Okay, so a short naked put. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Let's go to the curve analysis page, and here it is. Okay, this green line is the profit of the put. I make money, or the put makes money, when the stock price goes up. It's limited to the credit of the short put. Okay, that makes sense. And it loses money when the stock price goes down. No surprise about what that short put is. Let's take a look at the covered call. Let's go into the table. Let's, what was I doing? I'm buying the call, buying the stock, excuse me, and I'm going to sell the 225 call. That is a covered call that will have the same risk profile as that put. Go into the curve, go into the analysis, and it's the same risk profile. Okay, let's adjust this a little bit. So let's clear this out, and let's do something where, let's start with the covered call part. I'm going to buy the stock, and I'm going to sell the 255 calls. I'm going to buy the stock, 100 shares, and I'm going to sell the 255 call against it, create a covered call. Okay, let's go to the curve, go to the analysis, and that's what that trade looks like. It makes money as the stock goes up, but it's capped because the long stock makes money, but the short call starts to lose some money here, and it evens out, it flattens out the P&L line when the stock goes up. And as the stock goes down, I lose money with the inflection point around the strike price of 255. What's the synthetic equivalent, or the risk equivalent, is go into here again. And it's the 255 put. I'm going to sell the 255 put and go into curve analysis. It's the same risk profile. If you look closely at these trades, the delta is going to be the same. Why? Because the buying the stock is 100 deltas, selling an out of the money call, let's say, that might have a 30 delta, has a net delta of 100 minus 30 is 70. So I'm long 70 deltas with that covered call. When I sell that put, the put is going to have a 70 delta. Okay. My theta is going to be very, very similar, if not exactly the same. Why? Because the extrinsic value of the 255 put is going to be the same as the extrinsic value of the 255 call. Therefore, the theta, or time decay, is going to be the same. Again, the big differences are the short put expires. Okay, the short put maybe, or maybe I'm assigned and I have to deal with that. Whereas the long stock short call, I can roll the call. To keep the stock if it goes above the short call strike. I earn any dividends. The capital requirement is higher. The long stock short call has 2 commissions as opposed to 1 for the short put. So there are differences. And I'm not saying that a short put is long stock and short call. It's not the point. They have equivalent risks. When you become a more active trader, when you become more engaged with your positions, this stuff can be kind of important. What I'll do, the way I use this, if I have an in-the-money option that I have to close, maybe I'm short a put and it's in the money and I want to close it and take whatever loss there is. Maybe I'm long that put and the stock is dropped and I have an in-the-money put that's making money, long put, and I want to close it for a profit. But maybe, let's go to these options for a second. You'll see what I mean. Go to the table here. Look at some of these. Let's take a look at a few more strikes. The markets start to widen out the deeper in the money you get. So these aren't too bad. IBM's pretty liquid. But in some products, as soon as the options get, a few strikes in the money, they widen those bid-ask spreads out. So I'll use these option risk equivalents to see if it might be better, if my slippage can be reduced by closing the position, by doing the synthetic equivalent the other way. If I'm long that put, Maybe I'll sell a short in a synthetic put by buying the stock and selling the call. Okay, that will get me flat deltas. Now, that is a high capital way of closing that trade. If I have the capital to do it, that's what I might consider if I can't get out of my in the money option. This is also helpful when you need to use your capital efficiently. Sometimes I may want to sell a put, but the margin requirement is very high on the put, so there's no huge advantage versus the long stock, and the markets are wide on this short put, so I don't want to play that game. Maybe I'll buy the stock and sell it out of the money call. So understanding this stuff, right? Is it required to trade? Not necessarily, but it's helpful as you become a more advanced practitioner of option trading. And besides, talking about stuff like this, it makes you sound like a trader. So none of this is a trade recommendation. Don't consider it as such. And if you are going to be trading options, please consider using defined risk strategies and take no more risk than is comfortable for you.